What's up, gamers? Today we had big news from Apple on the gaming front. I know that doesn't sound like those things should go together, but it does. Some exciting stuff from them as they had their keynote for their WWDC 23 event. It's an all-week event for developers, and today we had big improvements announced to Metal, which is their computing language for gaming on Macs. And I'm here to tell you firsthand that some of this stuff is really good. Game developers can now more quickly evaluate if their game will be adaptable and portable to the Mac OS system. And to announce that, they had Hideo Kojima himself come out on stage, so to speak, and announced that Death Stranding Director's Cut is coming to Mac OS. And he just gushed about how well it ran on Mac OS, on the Mac system, on this Mac Silicon. And I can tell you firsthand, there's not a ton of games on Mac, but I'm a longtime Mac user, and because I like the workflow on it, I like the productivity aspects of it, and I can tell you firsthand that the Apple Silicon that they've been doing for a couple of years now is no joke. I know this is an older game, but I have Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham Asylum on Mac, and I've never been able to run it on like full settings, and I can now on my Mac Mini run it at 60 frames per second at 4K resolution with all of the shadows and shaders and everything turned up to the max settings. And it's rock solid. So the Apple Silicon really is, it's incredibly efficient, power efficient, and incredibly powerful. I don't know how they're doing that, but they have figured out how to do it. And last year we had the announcement that Resident Evil Village was coming to Mac OS, and it has. It runs really well from what I've heard. Now we're getting Death Stranding, and Hideo Kojima even said that they are actively working to port all of their studio's games to the Mac. So that's really exciting news. That's good news. And I think as more developers get on board with this, and as Apple makes it easier for them to, which is what this announcement was really about, that they have simplified things, that they have lowered the barrier of entry into Mac gaming and gaming on Apple Silicon. As that continues to progress, I think more and more developers will get on board with this, because why wouldn't they? If it's easy for them to do, and they can make more money off of their games that cost more and more to develop these days, then sure. The other big announcement that we had was the announcement of Apple's long-standing rumored AR headset. It is called Apple Vision Pro. And this thing, they said they had to patent over 5,000 new technologies and systems for this device. And I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty incredible. They didn't show off gaming on it a ton. There was one small segment where they showed off Apple Arcade, and the person had a PS5 controller, and they were playing Apple Arcade with this thing. Because here's what a lot of people don't realize: you can connect now your Xbox controllers, your PlayStation controllers, your Switch controllers, and quite a few other third-party controllers to your Apple TV, to your MacBook, to your Mac Mini, to all, like your iPhone. All of them now have controller support built into the OS. You don't need to download any special drivers or anything. You can just connect them over Bluetooth straight to your Mac devices. And so that's what they were doing. They had the controller in hand, they had the headset on, and the NBA 2K23 from Apple Arcade sitting there like in their living room in front of them on a huge screen. They said you can scale the screen even to look like it's 100-foot screen. It's kind of crazy. So I know that while this might not be marketed as a gaming device, this is being marketed as a production device. They talked a lot about how you can use this you can step into the panoramic photos that you take with your iPhone as if you're in that moment again. You can take 3D video that will be rendered in 3D. Again, you can step into moments in your life and even record spatial audio so it sounds like you're really in that moment. This is pretty cool stuff, and no one is really doing anything like this right now. This really is a unique device where you can have You can be in your office but have screens all around you that are virtual, but doing all of your productivity, and you can grab things from one screen and drag it over to the other, and work with people in real time over the cloud, but all in a 3D environment, all in your home environment. You can watch movies, of course, take home videos, like I said, that are 3D. You can watch 3D movies on this thing. You can have conference calls from anywhere, and it shows the other people a 3D render of your face talking to them. It's pretty neat. But for gaming, here's what we need to realize. While this may not be a gaming device, especially at the price tag, which I hate to even mention, it is $3,500. I'm probably never going to be able to buy one or justify buying one. The thing is, though, that other companies that are into gaming are going to take some of these technologies, they're going to reverse engineer them, and they're going to start putting them in their own stuff. And like Apple, despite what you think or how you feel about Apple, they are a huge tech company. And when they start to manufacture these things, as they manufacture more of them, prices on these kinds of components are going to go down. The more companies that are needing these types of components for virtual reality and for augmented reality, the more the price on this stuff is going to go down. And so that's going to help out everyone across the board. And that's why this is such a big deal, I think, for gaming, because VR has been stuck for a while, kind of in this state of limbo. And now maybe we can start to move forward again. You're going to be able to try these on also in Apple stores. That's the other hard sell for virtual reality, is that you can't try it out. Like stores, Best Buy or Target or whoever, they're not letting you go in and try out an Oculus Quest or PlayStation VR 2. So it's a really hard sell unless you know someone who has one and you're able to go to their home and try it out for yourself and get sold on it. Well, why would you spend so much money on one? And being able to go in and try on one of these things in an Apple store helps people understand what that experience is like. So I think that this is a big win for gaming, both on the metal front, where they are fixing their stuff on the software end for developers to be able to port things quicker, but also on the virtual reality front, because you're going to be able to play these games in VR on Apple hardware, and that is the Apple Vision Pro. Kind of a weird name, but hey, if it pushes gaming forward, that's great. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in gaming on an Apple device, if you'd be interested in trying out the Apple Vision Pro. What do you think about it? I'd love to talk to you about it. I like talking about tech and about gaming, obviously. Make sure to subscribe for more gaming content. Stay kind and encouraging out there, and I'll catch you on the flippity flip.